Okay, stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we could just stand a moment, I'd like to have a moment of silence. The Valley lost a longtime legend here, Mr. Pete Gabriel, who most of us know. Pete was a personal friend of mine, and it's very sad. He was a radio personality on WKBN for many years and started the Irish Parade here in the Valley. So on behalf of his family and Pete, and secondly, for all those who are tragically losing their life in Afghanistan, I understand something very bad happened today at the airport. So let's have a moment of silence and pray for all of their souls. Thank you. Thank you. Very sad. He was sick. Okay, welcome everyone. Nice to have you here. Today is our 34th meeting of the year. It is Thursday, August 26th at 10:07 a.m. in the morning. And before we get into our meeting, we're going to do a check presentation to Mr. Kerrigan and the Oak Hill Collaborative. And I would like to ask the judge to come up to the podium. And we'd like to hear what's going to go on with the Oak Hill Collaborative, sir.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the commission. We really appreciate the investment and the foresight behind the investment by the commissioners. We think this is really a necessary item, and if anything, the pandemic has shown us how there is such a great need to increase our digital awareness and increase our digital skills. There's a lot of ways that we are doing that. One is, there's a study going on by Eastgate with more about infrastructure. We hear about that, getting more towers and conduit and things like that. And that's important. But the problem very often is that you can have all the access to high-speed internet. Matter of fact, just in the city of Youngstown, 98% of the people have access to high-speed internet. That's phenomenal, but they don't use it. They don't know how to use it. You can't take advantage of it. So many things, school, telehealth, job interviews, government benefits. You all have to do so many of those things these days, or at least it's easier to do it if you know how to use your phone, your computers. And most of us in this room aren't as good as we would like to be, and certainly people, oftentimes poor people, don't have that. They don't have the training, they don't have the background. So our mission at the Oak Hill Collaborative is to try to help in all of those ways. We are partners with Eastgate, trying to help get broadband for the greater region. We also get cheaper equipment. One of the programs that we're doing right now is, and I brought a little thing, it's $50 off emergency broadband benefits for people that are income qualified. That's a tremendous benefit. I mean, if you're 135% of the federal poverty guidelines, or if you on SNAP benefits, if anybody in your household has reduced lunches, things like that, you get $50 off of your internet. So if you have a $20 internet on a cheap plan, it's free. If you get a $69 plan, which is 100 megabytes per second, which is really fast, it's $19. So this is going to last through the pandemic. This is part of the pandemic relief package. And it's in addition to any other monies the county and the city gets. And we're trying to promote that as much as we can all over the county. But it applies to any internet service provider, to any citizen of the city, the county, Pennsylvania, anywhere in the country. It's a beautiful thing. And what we do is we help people sign up for it. That's what we view ourselves as navigators, because just like it's hard for you to figure out how to work your internet, we can help you with that. But just on this program, you have to deal with the FCC and you have to deal with your internet service provider. And who has a good experience dealing with their internet service?
I still don't know.
Yeah, right.
So I'll be joining.
Right. So if you're struggling with the internet anyway, and I can deal with the FCC and any internet service provider, we do that for you. It's free of charge. We don't make any money on it. This is just part of our mission. We'll use some of this money for that. We have some support from the city of Youngstown as well. They also invested in our programs. So we're going, the Youngstown Foundation, there's a lot of people that are recognizing that this is really an important thing to do. So this is kind of our occupation right now. But as we get more and more people on, we want to continue teaching classes.
That's great.
And specifically, just so you understand the type of classes that we teach, we're not going to teach you to become a programmer. We're not going to teach you to do things, to be an expert. But we're going to try to teach you how to get on the internet, be comfortable. We just taught a class last week on Bible apps for seniors, downloading Bible apps. It really wasn't for seniors, that's all who showed up. But we're getting people like that in, and they're saying, oh, I learned how to download something that they're interested in. It's just a 1 hour class. Well, now maybe they're going to download recipes. So they're going to download, we're having a class next week on telehealth. Get people to put their foot in the water, learn how to use these computers. And that's what this money is going to go for, is to expand our program. And we're going to do it on a full-time basis. And we love to do these one-off kind of things. We're going to have social media for small businesses. We're going to have different variety of classes like that. And it's almost, we're doing surveys. Well, what do you want? What would you take? Now, we don't want to tell people what to do, but we're going to provide that opportunity. We have a 15 computer lab in our building up there. I don't know if you're all invited to come up and see it again. We have a digital recording studio. It's all free of charge. And with an audio digital recording studio up there, and people can come in and do podcasts, things like that. We have 6.
You cut an album.
Yeah, we're all gonna do that.
Anthony on guitar.
That's right.
We
You're singing.
have a nice guitar,
Yes.
and we have keyboard, and we have all that stuff. Yeah, so-
Tarzan.
Yeah.
Tarzan.
And she can do some of the sound
Cheryl?
effects. Yeah.
I don't know.
But,
I'd
yeah,
have
so-
to talk.
We'd like to come up and see it. Actually.
Yeah, we would love
was
to
come
have
up.
you come up. I mean, and it's pretty interesting. We also do other things. We help United Returning Citizens. We give them the Buckeye reviews there. We have a grant writer. We don't charge anybody any rent. We just want to help the community. And so this helps subsidize those kinds of things, but particularly with digital education.
But at one time, you also had a young woman from New York
Yeah,
that was a seamstress
She
and a
was.
costume designer for
And-
one of the big theatrical.
right. She did drapes. She taught people how to do it, I mean,
Is she still?
she's still on the Grace Evangelical
Oh, is
Church
she?
over on Mahoning Avenue, over on the 4th floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
and yeah, it just wasn't the best commercial establishment, but it was an interest. That was our first
She
success
was
story.
one of the first.
And her name of her company was Jesus Speak.
Right.
So every garment that she had, she wasn't selling t-shirts that said "Go God." It was contemporary stuff. My wife bought several things from her, but every one of them had a quotation, a reference in the Bible.
Wow.
And she was very,
Oh, she was
I
so
don't know.
talented. She did a few things for me as well.
yeah, she was an excellent woman. So we have people like that. We have a robotics lab. We're collaborative. Until January, I was the only full-time employee. So I can't do any of this. I need to take these classes, I don't know. But I get someone who says, well, I'll teach a class on this. Great, yeah, go for it. My next door neighbor's coming in and she's teaching a class on QuickBooks and Excel and business accounting and free of charge. We'll be able to use this to pay her, get any of the equipment that we need, or any of the downloads, the material. So, this money will be spread around in a lot of ways and over 2 years, so we're very, very excited about it.
So it's growing with students and it's growing with the
Right,
community.
And we're mainly trying to get adults. I kind of figure that there's a lot of people trying to help the youth. We hear that a lot. And maybe we're not doing a good enough job of it, but we have schools, we have universities, we have different groups that are doing things, and they have, they got more money than you do, and they're throwing it at it. I don't want to get out of my lane.
Yeah.
The one program that we do that this will help is we have a Raspberry Pi program. And if I might just real quickly talk about it, because it's a thing that's dear to my heart. Raspberry Pi is about this big. It's a small computer unit. We get a television monitor, keyboard, a mouse, CPU, and we teach 4th and 5th graders, mainly in the inner city,
Oh,
how to build a computer.
Oh, wow.
They gotta learn to program, they gotta learn binary. The looks on these kids' faces as they're showing you their computer tears me up now just talking about it. I mean, and then when we're done, we give them the computer. So they walk
That
home.
they built.
And all of a sudden, it's not their mother's cell phone, it's not the computer that they rely on. They have their own. It's pretty cool. It's very rewarding and I love what I do. And this will make a big, big difference in our mission. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I thought that was wonderful. Pat, we've got a check we're going to present to you for $110,000 on behalf of the commissioners, and it's because of the American Rescue Plan. And Anna, if you could get that ready. Commissioners, Carol, Dave, come on.
Don't let Carol have it at the end.
No, I've
I've
seen this circle.
I know.
Especially if you're talking clothes.
So efficient.
They always hold it up over my head.
I know,
It's like,
they try.
short guy.
Anthony and I put it over our bellies.
You know that, that's for sure. Just see my feet.
Thank you.
Right here, guys.
Everyone good? Okay.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank you
Pat.
very much. This will go in
Keep
place
up
of
the
honor
good
up in
work.
our. Thank you. And I won't spend it all in one place.
Should we
All right.
keep-
Yeah, yeah, actually,
should keep that.
you should. And I got more of them when I can get.
Well,
So-
you never know. I mean, they might.
Yeah,
Yeah, put them in the office. if
Yeah,
people
keep some.
come Down.
this is when we can circulate
Do
them.
you have more?
I have
Good, I'll
thousands of
take
them.
these.
And then I also will send you, when I send my formal thank you, I'll send you, there's a flyer that we use 8.5 by 11 that's also good, but these are nice.
This is very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, so it's up to $50 off and it's for anybody. It's, people say, oh, well, it's only the cheap internet. Well, no, this is
This is
first
the
rate.
real
That's
deal.
great, man.
whatever you want.
You've come a long way, Pat.
No, thank
I
you.
remember when you first started this,
Yeah, yeah,
and amazing.
yeah. And I've
You
been
were right.
crying about broadband for years. But,
You've always talked about broadband.
yeah, well, good. Well, thank you for your help.
And your organization came up yesterday at the Chamber Dinner up at the Avalon.
Yeah.
They talked about what you're doing at the Oak Hill Collaborative and broadband and everything, how everything's tying together, but specifically you were mentioned, so
Well, good.
Wanted you to know
We're working along with Eastgate.
they were there.
They're the broadband infrastructure, but they don't know people as well. I mean, and nothing, again, that's not their job. They do bridges and roads, as you know, they do a lot of money for, and work with the county on that. But,
Correct.
Well, here's more.
yeah, and we,
Take it.
yeah, and I can get you as many as you want.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice. Okay, commissioners, moving on. Need a motion to approve previous minutes of board meeting number 33 and approval of bills for payment.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself,
Do you?
as I normally do. Public comments, so I could stop the meeting if anybody had anything to say. Carrie, come on, you're here.
It's awesome what the collaborative has done. I mean, like you said, I was part of that beginning, watching Pat grow from beginning to end now. And this is an awesome ending. And these are the stories that should be written about instead of the negative garbage that we've been having for the last 50 years in this county, you know? And being the collaborative and then a couple weeks ago, 3 teenagers, I was supposed to bring this up, I forgot. 3 teenagers, football players from South Range, they were walking to practice and a semi truck tipped over and the guy in the cabbie was stuck. They risked their lives because this cab was turned over.
Oh.
The gasoline could be coming out of the gas tank or electrical wires could have been exposed, but they risked their lives to save this guy. They stayed there until help came. And this was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. South Range High School football players, 3 young men, 16 and 17. They were going into unknown territory. They just, because they knew someone needed help. And they stayed with, and the guy, the semi-truck driver was okay, but he was shooken up, but
Wow,
Yeah, so this is the stuff,
that should have been on the front page.
yeah, it was always on the internet, and if you're not on
But there
Facebook,
was one good positive thing on the front page recently. I opened my Vindicator up and it said 27-0 Austintown Fitch over Cheney. Right on the headlines. Did everybody get a chance to read that?
no,
No.
that was at the.
It was-
Poland.
Did you see that, Carol? Was right on the headlines.
No, it was Poland that won.
Wait until.
So every now and then, there's some good headlines on the front page.
Another one, two brothers, coaches, were, Canfield and Poland, the Pulaski boys,
Pavlansky.
Yes. On their father's football stadium in Poland. I mean, that was an awesome night to go.
It was two brothers going against one another.
But you know,
On their
Wow.
father's stadium.
Yes,
good kid, I mean.
I went to that game. They had a thing
The
on the
young
field prior
people-
to it.
There's
Introducing the
more good
Pavlanskys, because Coach Pav.
than
was
there
a
are bad.
And there's
The
like-
trouble is, all we're seeing is what's not good, because it's,
Yes.
and that's no disrespect to
Good guy.
media, but that's not newsworthy
That was funny.
to a degree. But these are the success stories.
Yes, I was on the front
Not
page.
on the right social media because this is the first time I've heard about the South Range kids.
I mean, me too.
It was on like 2-3 weeks ago. It was they were walking to practice and they saw this semi have tipped over and they went to help this guy.
I mean, that's a good story. I mean, that is real. That's not even a story.
I forget where we were.
That goes to show that there are a whole hell of a lot of good kids.
Let get out of
There are,
I
it's
know.
just they have.
We're not
We have to
seeing it
slap
though.
Slap
Even
me,
in
I
the
need to.
city,
Oh, yeah.
got more good than bad.
Go to the Boys and Girls Club on Showman's Way or whatever.
All right, thank you, Terry. I agree with everything you said. I did lose my place in time, Ms. Clerk. So did I ask for a motion?
Yes, you did.
Did we get it?
Yes.
We're on
I don't know.
journal entry
I don't know
number
if you
one.
did, so
Can we
just
take
do
a
it
roll
again.
call?
Yes.
All right, motion to approve previous minutes of board meeting number 33 and approval bills for payment.
So moved,
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes, thank you. Journal entry,
Motion to approve journal entry number one.
Second.
roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes, agreements A through H, and we'll go to the data board.
Jake?
Jake?
Morning, commissioners. How are you doing this morning?
Good.
This in agreement with the Professional Development Academy for, I think it's 10 weeks of weekly cybersecurity training seminars through the NACO Enterprise Organization, which has an agreement with the County Auditor or County Commissioners Association of Ohio.
Okay, thanks, Jake. Job and Family B and C, Audrey Morales.
Good morning, Commissioners. Agreement B, Jobs and Family Service Agreement with Protect and Shred for on-site shredding services in the estimated amount of $3,000 from the non-general fund. Item C, Job and Family Service Agreements with the following for non-emergent transportation net services for estimated amounts, non-general, Faithful Patient Transportation LLC, $102,000, Independent Radio Taxes Incorporated, $300,000, Intercity Transit LLC, $120,000, and GES Group LLC, $78,000, Angels Carriers LLC, $84,000. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you,
Audrey.
Audrey. Lead, D and E. Mr. Purrier, good seeing you, Phil.
See you as well. D is a agreement for lead hazard control and healthy homes work. Company 354, you in the amount of $13,564.25, non-general, and E is a similar contract with Howland Company 325 Woodbine for $5,000.
Let's see who's next. Lou Vega.
Jim Jack.
Jim Jarrett.
Derek, pinch hitting again.
All righty.
Okay, good morning, commissioners and all. These are two more of our agreements for drop-off recycling site leases, non-general fund money, as two more of the 20 which we issue each year.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Sheriff, G&H, Mr. Iberis.
Good morning, everyone. G is a agreement with biometric information management
services and support on our campus negotiated in jail. $1,250 non-general. Which is an agreement with Clayton and Ford out of Warren. With a material amount of users unit 127, the estimated amount of $1,735.54. That's also not general.
Okay, thank you very much. Motion,
Motion to approve number 2, agreements A through H.
Second,
roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes. Change orders, A and B. Linda, Convention Visitor Bureau.
Good morning. Letter A is a change order with Compass Media. We had the opportunity to purchase some additional advertising in their holiday issue for $725. And letter B is a change order once again, for additional advertising for the fall issue of the Wine Buzz, $1,100.
Oh, okay. Motion to approve?
Motion to approve number 3, change orders A and B.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes, resolutions?
Motion to approve resolutions number 1, addition.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes, resolutions. We have letters A through G, and I will do letter A. It's a resolution changing the county seat from the Commissioner's hearing room to OSU Extension Office, 490 South Broad Street, Canfield, Ohio, on Thursday, September 2nd, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. And that's the opening of the fair, so that's where we will have our meeting. Okay, Commissioners, OMB. Anna?
Morning, Commissioners. This is a resolution to approve the addendum and expenditures with the Mahoning Youngstown Community Action Partnership for additional emergency rental assistance funding for rental and utility assistance program in the amount of $1,500,000, non-general.
And letter C, Anna? I know you have so many hats. I mean,
This is a resolution to support the application from the Federal Emergency Management Agency through the State Homeland Security Program and the amount of $95,000 with no local match required. And the agreement will be processed through Summit County EMA as the lead agency on the application for Region 5.
thank you. D, Jobs and Family, Audrey?
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. Again, Job and Family Services resolution is approving the appointment of 1 clerical specialist in our legal department for child support and 1 clerical specialist Curry in our child support division.
Thank you very much. And letter E, Phil?
This is actually a change order that was in excess of 50% of the original contract. Some common areas at 425 Fair Green.
Thank you, Phil. And Sanitary, F and G, Mr. Genetti.
Good morning, everybody. Letter F is a resolution certifying to the county auditor collection upon real property tax for delinquent sewer and water charges. This is in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 611702 and 610302. And letter G is a resolution approving the economic adjustments for the non-union employees at the department.
Thanks, Pat. Motion?
Motion to approve number 2, resolutions A through G.
Second,
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes. And for the good of the order, before we do that, I would like to defer. I see Aaron Bishop. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
Would you like to
Morning,
get
everyone. How are you?
good? Sorry to make you wait.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Okay. Floor is yours. Give us some updates.
All right. So I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on here in Youngstown. I'm sure, a lot of you heard that we did Mayor Brown put through a mask mandate in all city-owned buildings. So, we're talking City Hall, where we're at the annex, your street department, water department, as well as the Cavelli Center, and then Federal Place. So we do have a mask mandate. It seems like, people that are coming in are fine with it. They're okay. We have a supply if people forget or whatnot. But I think, a lot of the employees were getting a little nervous as we see, this Delta variant coming up. And not everybody is vaccinated. So when people are asking us about the Delta variant, it does spread more easily than the last strands, and it's about 2 times more contagious than the previous strands we've been dealing with. So it's very important that we break the chain of transmission through, number 1 would be vaccination, number 2, masking, and then, social distancing, and then we do our part in the contact tracing if someone, does become positive. So we are seeing an increase in the trends in all of our age group except for 65 and over. And in the city of Youngstown, 70% of our people here, our residents are 65 and over are vaccinated, which is a great number. We're very proud of that. And just recently, 45 and over, we came over 50%. So we're seeing, like I said, everything increase, but we're also seeing, the Delta variant, our cases are increasing. It's actually been triple since June. So again, we are alarmed by that, and we just want to make sure we're trying to keep everyone safe. We have seen an increase, about a weekly increase of about 1% for each of our zip codes. So we're at 49% of all people have at least started the vaccination process in the city of Youngstown, and 45% are fully vaccinated. So we're really not where we need to be now. As you know, at the beginning of this, they really wanted us to get to about 70%. So we still have a ways to go. And if we're only getting 1% each week, it's going to take us a heck of a lot longer to get there. There still is a discrepancy in the city as compared to Black population and the white population. With our white population, 53% are vaccinated, and the Black population is 34%. So we, continue to work in our neighborhoods and trying to get people vaccinated. We do offer incentive programs, or $100 Visa gift card people can get if they get the vaccination. We also are giving them a pass to one lawn seat at the amphitheater. And we offer vaccinations every day, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 3:30. So anyone could come and get their vaccine. Plus we're at different, events throughout the community. Last night there was a Hope Festival at New Bethel Baptist Church. So, we were able to do 5 people there. And, we have Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, and we also have Pfizer. And also talking right now, people are asking about the 3rd dose or booster, people are calling it. And we do have that available right now, the Moderna, for people that are immunocompromised. So we do not ask them to have a note from their physician. Always ask that they have had a conversation with their physician and that they okayed them to get the shot. So we have had, people come in, not a ton right now, of people that maybe are on, have had chemotherapy or immunotherapy, whatever it may be. We haven't turned anyone away because, we believe if their doctors want them to get it, they'll be here and come. So look for us to start probably late September, early October, and doing like the mass clinics again. We plan on doing ours like 3 days a week, and probably on Saturdays at different places, in the community. We try to get, we'll probably do a lot at Eugenia Atkinson because that's where we started off at the beginning. But then we'll make sure that we get to all different sides of town, because we did see several people walk. And I know we're very lucky here in Mahoning County to have, a good busing system that does it for free. We have a group that does rides for free. But I think sometimes it's just easy for people if it's close to home, you know what I mean? And they don't have to go through the bus or, getting phone calls, and they could just walk, or, it's just easier to get places that are close to them. So we are going to continue to do some type of those larger vaccination clinics at the different sides of town. And, we're just, continue to urge people to wear their masks, especially, like I said, the unvaccinated. CDC uses the universal masking, which is everybody, whether vaccinated or not. But we really have been working with our schools, and I would say most of the Youngstown City schools, or the Youngstown City schools, are definitely using masks. And I would say pretty much all of our private schools and community schools are also doing full masks, which is very helpful because, with the quarantining and all, you don't have to send a lot of kids home. And we've seen it. We've already, had to send a couple kids home because one day they decided the first day didn't do masks, and we had to send kids home. And so the next day they started masking, and haven't had any problems since then. So we want to keep the kids, our goal is to keep those kids in school 5 days a week and continue to learn. And it's just a lot easier if they're masked and they're safer, especially those kids under 12 that don't have the option to get the vaccine. So again, I could just keep preaching about get the vaccine, wear your mask, and hopefully we're not still here another year from now. And I appreciate you giving me the time to talk. I can answer any questions if you have any. If not, thank you.
Aaron, I have a question.
Yes.
Are you just doing the same shots like one of the two Moderna as a booster? Because you said you had the Moderna booster, and last night on television, they said they hadn't even applied for the booster to be approved yet through Moderna. On the national news, they said that Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson was approved with their booster, but Moderna was just expecting to file for it this week.
Yeah, so I guess I was a little confused. So I thought you were talking about the FDA approval of the vaccines, where you could give Moderna right now for the third dose. Yes, you can. But the Pfizer is what's FDA approved. So we have seen an influx of people getting that because they were on the fence, about getting the vaccine until they were not at emergency use, which Moderna still is at emergency use, but Pfizer is no longer. You can, get Pfizer, and it is fully approved by the FDA. So no, we're allowed to give Moderna third doses.
Okay, now, if I had gotten 2 shots of Moderna, can I get a Pfizer booster?
No, they want you to get what you had previous.
Okay. Thank you.
Aaron, are you noticing that the people, when you get the results of the variant, the people that are getting it again, what's the percentage of those that have already had the vaccination that are getting this again? Is there a high percentage or?
So Commissioner Rigetti, it is not a high percentage. What we're seeing, we really have only had one Delta variant here in Youngstown, and that's the city, that's not the county, but there could be more. We just haven't gotten those, because they're kind of sending them out separate testing for the Delta variant. So, but we definitely are seeing most of our patients that are vaccinated, or people that we're getting are the unvaccinated. I'm not saying that we haven't had a few, but I would say probably 95% of the new cases are unvaccinated folks. And we have had no deaths, not one death from anyone that has been vaccinated in the city of Youngstown that has died from COVID-19. But we have seen deaths from people that have COVID that were not vaccinated. So, those are the people that, I feel for, what I mean, and those families, because, if they had the vaccine, they may still be here today.
So another question, and this is for our county employees, and I say this every week when we have either you or Ryan T-Tac on here. If any of our employees that are here working in our 2 buildings would like to get the vaccination, could they come over to your office and get them today?
So they can come over today, except we do 8:30 to 3:30, just because we close at 4, the building closes at 4. And, we're here to do that. But, and they also, like I said, they get that incentive. It's $100. I mean, it's not a ton of money, but it's something nice, to have. If they want to see a free concert, they can do that as well. So they get incentivized. Anybody really can get the incentive.
If I come get a booster, you're gonna give me $100?
You ain't getting that $100 for that booster.
You're done, Dave.
Can I get a seat at Cavelli?
Nope,
Story of my life. My wife tells me the same things.
you're too late. You're late on that.
Aaron, I had a question.
Sure.
Is there anything additional with the J&J? I've had some people ask me, because it was one and done. Is there a follow-up shot? Can they go get a Moderna now? Can they get no?
No, so and we are really looking into that, but because a lot of people I know that got the J&J, they wanted that one and done, get it over with kind of a thing. And so they are concerned, but we do not have any information as of today. Now I could, tomorrow it could come out. I feel like that's how everything is. Like the other day I was talking, I forget where I was at, and I'm like, soon it'll be, FDA approved. And I walked to the Cavelli for a press conference, and as I was walking, the breaking news came out. So it does happen so quickly, and things change. Like sometimes it makes us like look like a fool, but it's with science and everything else that just kind of happens so fast. So we try to get it out to the public as quick as we can, but sometimes we're learning the exact same time that you all are.
Well, we thank you very much, Aaron, and please come back every week if you'd like to.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a
You're a
good
lot
day.
nicer than that Ryan T-Cat too.
That's my buddy.
Yeah, he is, they tag team each other.
Thank you so much. Okay, any elected officials or department heads have any further comments or concerns? None being said.
So
Okay,
quiet.
Kel or Dave? Dave?
Hey, fair starting next week and just have fun. Go eat lots of greasy food.
Oh,
Get your jogging shoes on to run off that extra weight that we're gonna gain by eating French fries and Molnar's Cinnabons and DeRussa sausage and, my mouth's starting to water right now. I always pass Guzzo's Fruit Market, and I think, well, sausage sandwich or an apple. Yeah, maybe I'm going to the sausage.
he buys the apple but eats the sausage.
So, but, I always, and on your way out, on the corners, the fudge there, you can never get past that fudge booth without saying, peanut butter fudge, this, that. Used to stop there. My mother-in-law used to love candied apples. I'd always get her a candied apple.
They were like,
But have fun, be safe, be careful, wear your mask if you haven't been vaccinated at the fair. Just be careful, protect yourself, protect others.
no, I just echo what Dave said about the fair. Enjoy yourself. Bring a mask, because there will be a lot of people there. And I say this every week, and I know everybody's probably getting sick of it. But to all our employees, we need to be aware of our surroundings. I mean, I'm not saying it, you're gonna walk in your office and get something, but wear the mask. It's optional right now, but wear your mask. If you don't feel comfortable, nobody's gonna say a word to you. Wear this. If you don't feel comfortable with a friend that's maybe an employee, another friend that's next to you, you have a relationship with the people that are in your office. I mean, I know this might not be right, but if I'm sitting next to someone, I'll say, hey, I got my shot in February. When'd you get yours? Make sure that your employees are seeing the same things you're seeing with this variant. We need to protect ourselves. And with, like Aaron said, with the help of God, we could get over this by next year to some degree. I know I sound like a preacher, but I can't help it. I mean, I look for the health and welfare of everyone, including all of our employees. So that's my spill for today. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy yourself. If you go to the fair, be safe. Bring your appetite. We have the, what's that popcorn?
Caramel corn, where they make it that
Caramel
big.
Kettle
corn.
corn.
Kettle
Kettle
corn.
corn.
Love
Yeah.
that.
That's my favorite.
So do enjoy yourself. Be safe. That's all I have.
Thank you, Carol. And I agree with Carol and Dave and those concerns about a mask, it's personal responsibility. I've always said, if you're not vaccinated, you feel that you need to wear a mask, wear it. Be respectful around everybody, and that's what we want to do. Speaking of the fair and eating all that good food, Sunday, I was asked to be a celebrity judge at the Sunday Sauce Showdown at the Southern Park Mall. And there were 7 of us judges.
Sure you
And
don't
over-
want us there to eat.
and
that
over
stuff.
15 vendors. And I got to tell you what, it was just totally awesome. There's probably about 300 people. And I've been off carbs now for a long time.
We were supposed to test the sauce, not the pasta.
Well, that's how they served it. So we ate so much spaghetti, I literally got sick. And I had to walk the mall before we left. I didn't get out of there till like 10:30, and the mall manager, Brian, who did a great job putting this together, and it raised money for potential development, allowed me to walk. I mean, that's how I felt. The carbs literally put me down. And if I wouldn't have walked, I would have fell asleep. I mean, they were bringing dishes and dishes and dishes, and it was all good. Everybody got along. They had
Had
wine,
lots of
Lugabella wine, they had Gray Eagle. They had everybody there. So it was really a nice
Larry
event.
Moliterno told
He sat
me-
next to me.
He told me that, he says he gives Anthony credit. You know, he was just trying
I
to
know.
taste the sauce, but Anthony ate a bowl of pasta with every vendor.
I think he did too, because he was mad because I was getting fuller quicker than he was, and he couldn't understand it.
Yeah, he was.
But it was me, let's see, the judges were me, Stan Boney and his wife, Andrew DiPaolo, who's a great young guy, Larry Moliterno, and there was somebody else I can't fit, but it was just a nice
One woman?
event.
And all men.
No, Stan's wife, Stan
So
Boney.
one woman, all
Yeah.
men.
Not my choice.
Well, you're not gonna
I'm
be
the
able to eat
spaghetti
30
expert.
bowls of pasta to
No,
give
right.
everybody a
Not
fair
me.
shot.
Thanks, Dave.
Come on.
No.
If you're gonna have a pasta eating contest, you're gonna get
No.
Larry Moliterno and Anthony Trafficante. I mean, come on, big Italian guys that eat, you know, so.
I tell you who took the cake was that Italian Village. He won 3 categories. He's in Boardman,
Yeah.
Totino's. And I tell you what, wow,
What
this
was?
guy was
what's the name of
cooking
it?
gourmet Italian Village
Italian Village?
in
Where
Boardman.
is that at?
It's in the plaza right across from the shops, Boardman Park.
Oh,
Yeah, It's
okay.
kind of tucked away.
I know where that's at now.
And this guy's right from Italy. And I tell you what, man, he knocked it out of the park. And everybody loved Lugabella Winer, the wine. They donated the wine.
Well, they
Nice.
have
And the
red-
building trades.
What
Jimmy Taylor, he was the judge.
was
They
there-
sponsored it.
what was wine doing there now? You know, I mean, just because you're eating pasta, you had to have wine?
Gotta have your red wine. No bread, though. That was the only thing. But what a great event. It was really, they're gonna do it every year, so just letting you know. Okay, Nancy, next meeting.
It's gonna be a OSU extension at 9:30.
Okay. Motion,
Motion to adjourn.
roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler,
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati,
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes, thank you.